Okay, so I was not expecting this. Look at this. Skyebrows just dropped a new one right here. Yeah, so if you don't know who he is, let's just give a tiny bit of context first. He's an AI creator, particularly known for the music videos. All of his music videos are pretty high quality. And his most of them have lots of cameos of like VTubers, including a balance of really tiny ones, medium-sized ones, and really big ones, and also streamers, reactors, and other YouTubers. Anyways, his latest ones for the last month or so, Extreme, The Brick of Mormon, and Never Let Go have all been cameo free. And then Skyop, No Fox Given, Gonna Be, and Further Back are all really cameo heavy. This one has no cameos. And so I'm going to guess that this one is probably not a cameo video, because I think Skyebrows has basically been moving away from cameos and doing more of his own projects that don't, where cameos wouldn't really fit very much. And of course, the Lego videos about the Lego scandal, these two ones do have cameos by all the people in the Lego scandal, like Reckless Ben and all his crew, and of course all the bad guys also. But they don't have the usual VTuber cameos and streamers and Asmongold and so forth that Skyebrows is known for. So I'm going to guess, before I go in, that this is not a cameo video. It also looks like it's live action. So Skyebrows does not do live action very often. And when he does do it, like with It's Bollywoodzilla, they tend to get a lot fewer views. So look at Bollywoodzilla and then compare it to things like Crybrows, A Million Amelias, even this one, NVIDIA F-Bomb, even Redarked has tons more views than its Bollywoodzilla. So yeah, his live action stuff is not as popular. But I want to see what he's doing, because Skyebrows is always improving. He's always testing and experimenting new things. And this might be one of those projects he was talking about where he just had some lower important side projects that, he'd had to set aside for quite a while, and he just really wanted to do them. This might be one of those projects. I don't know. So in that case, it might be, it looks like it might be like testing out fight scenes or something like that when I hover over it. And then the title is a pun. Kekflix, and I don't think you can put that word in a YouTube title, so I'm not going to say it either because I don't want to be S-banned. Okay, so, but I think it's a pun on Netflix and chill, which is an old meme, but people still do say it. And then the person on the cover, I don't recognize if this is actually like his own original character or someone from a franchise. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's a preview for his Zuckerwars. So Zuckerwars is something that he's been talking about for a while, and he's been putting little sneak teasers in all of his music videos about it. But right at the end of NVIDIA, let me just show it to you. Right at the end of NVIDIA 5 months ago, he announced Zuckerwars, so it's possible that this is an excerpt from what will eventually be Zuckerwars. Let me show you just briefly. Okay, we will mute it, because I can't remember if this is one of those that gives you a copyright strike or not. Yep. And then we got Ilya Sutzkever will return in the Zuckerwars. And who is Ilya Sutzkever? This guy right here. So yeah, Skyebrows has been talking about this for 5 months now. And I think he was mentioning it a little bit earlier as well, working on the Zuckerwars. Yep. So it might have something to do with that. Maybe he's testing out fight scenes for that. So anyways, I've been speculating a lot, and if there's one thing I've learned about my reactions to other Skyebrows videos, and I've been reacting a long time, is that oftentimes my speculations turn out to be wrong. Or they turn out to be right, but about the next video, not the one I'm speculating about. Oh yeah, just tiny little bit more context before we jump in and react to the video. Let me show you, where are we? Where is it? I've got my Skyebrows originals. Where are they? Oh yeah, here it is. So all my reactions to Skyebrows originals and deep dives into them, I've got them here. And if you go all the way back, yep, I was reacting to Home Stallone 2 6 months ago by Skyebrows by pointing a camera at my screen. So yeah, I've been reacting to Skyebrows for a while. Okay, so I've rambled forever with the context about reacting to a 1.5-minute video. So let's go ahead and jump in there. No more context. I'm not going to bore you anymore with context. Let's go. Oh, I clicked on it and it won't let me go in. Okay, here we go. Okay, and now more context. Yeah, I tricked you. What I mean is oh, it is about the Zuckerwars. It is. Or is it? Okay, so it is a test while you wait for the Zuckerwars. Maybe it's not about the Zuckerwars. Maybe it's just testing with other characters. I don't know. It kind of sounds like it's about the Zuckerwars, but it's not for sure saying that this... So it's not for sure saying that this is a clip from the Zuckerwars. It's not... but then again, it's saying a test while you wait for the Zuckerwars. Okay, well... okay, so I read the description, so now let's go in. Okay, so we're about half a minute in, and I still don't recognize these characters, so I think they probably are his own characters. They seem to have, like, magical power armor, possibly science fiction, possibly magical, it's hard to tell, and look like they might be sort of like magical girls, but not, you know, as cutesy as magical girls, so more like mecha warrior girls, I guess, something in between those two extremes. And one is dressed in white and one in black, which is a good technique to help keep characters distinct because, you know, in fight scenes they're jumping around quickly and a lot of times they've got, you know, motion blur or, you know, AI blur like this, and you can't necessarily recognize their faces. Also, they have the same color hair except for one has a little tuft of dyed hair, but other than that they've both got black hair. And the dyed part is like a dark pinkish, or is that purplish? So it doesn't really stand out from the black hair that much. He's doing some good techniques to make characters look distinct from each other. I think the fight choreography is good, but there's too much like motion blur and low resolution on some of the action scenes. But that is a weakness of AI. It can be very hard to get high action to not have a little bit too much motion blur on it. Okay, let's keep going. oh, I liked that use of that that classic choreography. Let's look at that. Okay, sorry, I went too far back. Sorry, I went not. Okay, where? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to use the less than and greater than keys to go one frame at a time to pause on the frame that I wanted. This frame, that's the one I was looking for. Yeah, so this is a very classic type of fighting move and fighting shot with them being in midair. She's looking upwards towards her opponent, and the sword is coming very close to her as she jumps and rotates in the air. This is a shot that you've surely seen in lots of movies and anime. Very famous type of shot, and it looks good here. And the characters being fairly small in relation to the rest of the screen for most of it and jumping around, it means that you need to have some variety in that by having some close-up face shots, and something like this is a close-up face shot during action and with a high amount of danger. Like, look at that sword pointing right near her body, and she has to jump and rotate away from it very quickly. So it's really good to have close-ups like that. And I noticed when I was trying to find this one that I accidentally saw a close-up of the other character's face in a similar type of thing. Let's go look. Yeah. So see? So first we had the white character, or sorry, the white outfitted character, and have a sword come close to her. And now we have a similar scene, but with a different setup. You know, she's standing upright instead of being horizontal and so forth, but it's similar. So I like the matching of first one character gets a sword close to her face, and then the other character gets a sword close to her face. It shows that the characters are evenly matched in their fighting abilities, and they're facing a similar amount of danger, and it just puts like narrative balance into the fight choreography. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I wanted to mention that there's a lot of panty shots in here. And let me just go backwards a bit. Yeah, like look at the characters running and you get the full-on panty shots. And there's a whole bunch of that stuff in here, and it's not focusing on it excessively. I mean, I've seen tons of anime that focus on panty shots more than this thing does. So in the larger scheme of things, it's not that extensive. But I do worry a little bit about Skyebrows, because I know he had one of his videos removed from YouTube. Cat's What You Get, I believe, was the title for it, and he had to put it up on another site. You can find it on that other site. It's the green triangle site that YouTube doesn't let you mention the name of without being S-banned, so I can't actually say the name of the site, but it rhymes with fumble. Okay, that site. So yeah, you can go see that one on Skyebrows' channel over there right now. And that one, it was supposedly for being too revealing with like skin tight bodysuits or something. So yeah, I do worry about Skyebrows. If he's gonna do this, YouTube is so determined to come down hard on AI content, and yeah, you gotta be real careful about this. But you know, if this looks like it's only a combat test, so if it does get removed from YouTube, it won't be like a huge tragedy. It'll just boost the other site all that much. It'll give people more reason to go to the other site. And the more that YouTube gets pedantic about that, the more that the other site will grow. Yeah, I've already been hearing a lot of stuff about how much the other site has been growing and developing in just a few months. Oh, even Nux is talking about going there. Let me show you. Let's see. Yeah, let's see, what is he doing? No, don't do that. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it was just recently that he put out a video like that, but he puts out so many videos it might be buried back here a bit. Where is it? Is it on this channel or is it on the Nux Taku channel? No, I went back to a month ago. It's probably on the Nux Taku channel. Okay. But I remember it was pretty recently. Okay, let's go by recent. And where is it? Surely it wasn't that long ago. Okay, surely it isn't that long ago. And I know I watched it. Where is it? Did he delete it or something? Is it this video? No, not that one. Okay, but yeah, Nux had a video talking about how he was tempted to go to the Green Triangle site and he wanted to see what people thought, but I can't find it now. Okay, so, but yeah, if even Nux is tempted to go to the Green Triangle site, you can bet that it has a chance of becoming the new YouTube in, you know, a year or two. Yeah, it definitely has a chance of that happening. Okay, so rambled long enough, and I'm only 51 seconds into the video. I am such a rambler. Okay, let's go. Wait. Let me get... sorry, I was looking at the weapon. Are these two halves of his scissors? This isn't based on that one anime about the girl who kind of looks like a scissors half. No, this is an ordinary sword and this is just a weird handle. Okay, I was thinking maybe it was based on that one anime about the girl that had like the half of the scissors and what was that called? And then she had the suit that was alive, the school uniform that was alive, and talked to her and drank her blood, and it was an enormous comedy, and like she had one half of a scissors and she was looking for her father, and yeah, it's probably not based on that one. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, because this just looks like a weird handle, not half of a scissors. And this, it looks like an ordinary sword. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so yes, that was good. But it basically looks like what he says it is, which is a test. I'm wondering if this is footage that actually might be in the Zuckerwars. Okay, let's rewind it and look at it and talk a bit. Okay, so anyways, the Zuckerwars, yeah, I had been, so Skyebrows does mostly animation. Look at this. It's mostly animation, and when he does put out something live action like this one, live action AI, it's not as popular. So people really like his animation. And this one here, which was basically a bunch of fight scenes that didn't really have a plot, and it's about the X-Men. This one here is it was basically a similar idea, which is test out a bunch of fight scenes, but I definitely liked it better than this one. And not just because I like animation better than the live action, but also because I really think these fight scenes were better than this one. So these fight scenes, there were various scenes where two characters were fighting. I didn't feel like any of those scenes went on too long, and there were also more varied locations and actions going on. But this one, I kind of feel like it was about 30 seconds too long. It really needed to be maybe a minute of a fight scene. And, well, not necessarily. If this is actually footage that's going to be in Zuckerwars, I think it could carry a minute and a half fight scene if we already know these two characters and we have an emotional attachment to them. That would help a lot. But as far as strangers just being thrown in our faces and we don't recognize them, although if these characters are from some franchise I don't recognize, then maybe other people will have that emotional connection. It's just that I will not. Not yet, anyways. But yeah, if we have an emotional connection to the characters, then we can more easily get interested in a fight scene that is this long. But I don't think it's just the emotional connection, because these were X-Men characters, but I did not recognize all of them. And I still felt like the fight scenes were interesting on their own, even without me being able to identify all of the characters. That even without the emotional connection, there's just something about the animation that draws my interest more. But I also felt like these fight scenes in X-Dream were really, like, they just had more variety. Like in this one, Kekflix, I'm going to call it, because I don't know if I can say the second word here, because YouTube is so censorious. It looks like it's just sometimes, so there's a central courtyard. It's got a bunch of these buildings, which seem to be, let me go backward. So there's a central courtyard. There's a bunch of these buildings around, these concrete buildings, very like heavy, brutalist style buildings, and they all seem to be empty of people. They don't really have, I don't know if they're parking garages or what they are, but they don't really seem to have much purpose. I don't really see people in them. I see some things like stairways and stuff, but I can't really tell what purpose, and it looks like maybe they were already partly wrecked before the two fighters started fighting here. Yeah. Like, look at how, it's like it's a place that's already been partly wrecked. So I'm not even sure where they are fighting or what they are fighting for. And even though they go inside sometimes and they go outside sometimes, the locations just aren't that varied. And you can tell that they're people with superpowers, because even very early on, they hit the concrete and break it apart, and they don't seem to even be scratched. And that's another criticism I have for this, because it doesn't look like either of the fighters gets injured in even a minor way. I feel like the stakes are lacking, because I think of these like no one's getting injured, or getting knocked out of breath and laying on the ground panting for a few seconds before being able to get up. Nothing like that is happening. So I kind of feel like this is a no consequence fight. There's no consequence to either of the characters for fighting here. And that's another problem that I have getting interested in the fight. So the locations aren't varied enough. I don't understand what the location is. I don't know what they're fighting for. I don't know who they are. And I inherently like animation more than live action. I'm sorry, Skyebrows, I just do. I don't think he's as good at live action as I've seen, as other AI creators I've seen make live action AI. His AI live action is just not as good as his AI animation. His AI animation is top notch, and I highly recommend it. If this is the first Skyebrows video you're seeing, do not judge him by it. He has videos 100 times better than this one, 1,000 times better maybe. So yeah, I think that this video, if it had come out from some random person and I hadn't realized that it was Skyebrows that it came out from, I probably would have very little interest in it. Because I know it's Skyebrows, I'm willing to let him cook, and I believe that he can definitely, if this was like included in something longer, it could make more sense in context, in you know, as being you know, a minute and a half in a longer work, with all the stuff pulled together better, like we know who the characters are, we know who they're fighting for, and so forth. It could work a lot better, a lot better. And I did also want to point out that even the best pause screens that I pause on still look slightly blurry. Yeah, look at this. He's getting a little bit of low resolution, especially if you look at the edges of things, like the edges of the characters. Yeah, it just looks slightly blurry here. Yeah, I can't seem to find a screen to pause on that would really make a great thumbnail. Yeah, usually in a Skyebrows video, I have there's 15 or more great pause frames I'm tempted to make into the thumbnail for my React video, and I'm like, oh, I can't choose between them. How am I going to choose just one? But in this one, it's hard to find one other than it looks like the one at the very end that he himself chose. Yeah. So if you go at the other end, very end here, and you can use the hide button to hide this, it looks like maybe right about here is where he chose it. No, that's a different position. Maybe it's at the very beginning. Did we have this character's face at the very beginning? No, we didn't have that character's face at the very beginning. Okay, so I'm not sure. Yeah, this character is a slightly different position, so I'm not sure. I think it might not be a screenshot from his video that he used as the thumbnail, but a different generation of this character maybe. But yeah, see how clear and crisp this one looks, and in comparison to other stuff, even when the faces are close up, they usually, like in the sword scene, they usually look lower resolution like this. Like I'm probably gonna use this as the thumbnail, but I'm gonna have to run it through a filter to make it higher resolution. But yeah. So this is non-typical Skyebrows. I still think it could be great if like a couple problems with it were fixed and it was included in a larger work. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say about it. But I was really hoping so much that the Zuckerwars would be animated, and it looks like it might be live action Zuckerwars. I was really hoping for animated, and now I'm thinking it might be live action. But this is a test. And, you know, Skyebrows is gauging audience opinion and audience interest in this. So if you think that he does so much better with animation and you'd rather see this as animation, you know, you can comment down here and say so. and he really does listen to his audience. But if you like the live action, you can comment down here and say, hey, Skyebrows, I love your live action. So, you know, I know my opinions are often untypical. There's some things that the Skyebrows community consistently likes a lot more than I do, or that they dislike but I like, and so on. So my opinions are often non-typical, so maybe everyone's opinion will be right behind this kind of stuff. Okay. So, since this is just a minute and a half test, and what did I do to spend half an hour rambling about it? I don't really have anything else to say, but I am happy that Skyebrows is still coming out with more stuff. I know he came out with so many great bangers, and his best recent one is Never Lego. He's got the two ones about the Reckless Ben Lego theft scandal, involving Star Wars Legos, so lots of Star Wars puns in there, and he made 2 music videos on it, and this is definitely the higher quality of those 2. So this is his best recent one, and you probably want to go watch that one right now if you haven't seen it before. But yeah, he makes good stuff, and definitely I want to see him continue to make stuff. I know that, you know, when you produce so much really great work in a short time period like Skyebrows has, sometimes you get burnt out and you want to release some of your little side projects. Yeah, you want to release some of your little side projects, or you just want to test something and see where it goes. Because sometimes it's your big projects that you're really passionate about that people aren't that interested in when they come out. And then you do some little side joke project and it really takes off. You're like, wow, I did this. I didn't think it was that serious and everyone loved it. So yeah, I definitely want to see Skyebrows keep tinkering around with stuff and keep experimenting with stuff. Okay. So that was a reaction